Oh, it's always go time, man. Like, for us, when you miss the playoffs by one game each of the last 2 years, game one was go time for us. We didn't want to look back and say that game in November, that game in early January, that we didn't show up to play. The disappointment of missing the playoffs the last 2 years has motivated us, and just because now it's 16 games to go, it's not go time. I think we're in second place in the West because we've approached the whole season as go time.
You said pregame that you might shorten the rotation a bit. You did that tonight. How difficult is it to make that decision with Isaiah, and is that something you've got to talk to him about? And how does kind of your relationship with him factor into that?
Oh, you definitely talk to him, and I'll keep that conversation between IT and myself. Not an easy conversation, but that's my job. It's never about Isaiah. It's never about any individual. It's about what I think is best for our team. And I made the decision to shorten the rotation. Only played 8 guys in the first quarter. And I'm going to continue to do that for the time being. Obviously, 16 games to go. Try to find a rhythm and a rotation that I feel will give us the best chance to win now and into the playoffs. Isaiah's a pro. He was into the game. He was supporting his teammates. He's a competitor, and I know it's not easy for him, but I admire his response to being such a pro tonight.
It seemed like you guys had an extreme level of urgency in that second half. How good was it to see them not only start well, but to completely shut things down in those last 2 quarters?
Yeah, there were even some instances, though, to be honest, TJ, where I felt we let them hang around a little bit too much. They had a lot of injuries. I think Ryan's doing a hell of a job over there. Really hope that Ryan is named the head coach moving forward. I think it'd be great for that city and that organization. But there's times in games where we're up big and we just kind of float for a couple of possessions. And moving forward, we have to eliminate those because in the playoffs, every possession matters. And we can't afford to have a couple of blown sets or not get back in transition or throw the ball all over the place. But overall, took care of business. What a great way to start off this homestand, coming off of a disappointing road trip. And we played the right way tonight. That was probably the most important thing was our guys understood what needed to be done, and we changed for the better.
So you brought Jamal back after a brief rest in the first quarter to play alongside Monte. What do you like about that combination?
Well, it gets the ball out of Jamal's hands. Obviously with that starting group, and I grabbed Jamal today as well. Told him I was going to shorten the rotation. I was going to get him out early and then bring him back. I thought during the season he and Monte played extremely well together. They play off of each other. And then Monte, he's been great this year. How many times do we talk about him being a most improved player candidate, a 6th man of the year candidate? And getting him out there with Jamal, I think is great for our team because now you have 2 playmakers. And the way that we all shot the ball tonight, I think we had 18 threes. Monte goes 4 or 5 from 3, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. So I think those 2 guys are really play off of each other at a high level.
All right.